Hi everyone, this is section 8, lesson 2. Today's lesson was about the fruit of the spirit of joy. Kind of the irony of serving God in these moments where you're called on to teach or speak on something that you feel so far from experiencing yourself, and yet somehow you have to tell other people about joy. And right now I'm just really struggling to even want to continue doing all that God has given me to do because I feel so unworthy to do any of it. But somehow, as long as I've known God and as long as I've walked with Him and as long as I've been a Christian, um, even in my darkest moments of my life, there's always been this joy in me knowing that no matter how much I fail Him and no matter how much I fall and no matter how unworthy I feel, that there's just some spark of joy in me knowing that Jesus came to earth and died on the cross for my sins and my failures and my mistakes and my willful rebellion. And I mean, it brings me joy to think that God would be so much merciful with me. And beyond that, He gives me so much joy that even despite all of my many failures, that somehow He still loves me in the middle of my mess when I'm still so far from where I feel like I need to be, so far from meeting the mark or doing the right things or feeling the right way, or that somehow I can just keep going and keep hoping, keep trusting Him, and keep crying out in all of my brokenness that He would forgive me and save me. And there's joy in all of that. There's joy that sustains me and keeps me going and keeps me waking up the next day, that somehow all of this, God has a plan. Even in my failures, God has a plan to redeem them. And so yeah, joy is produced by the Holy Spirit within us. It's that joy that sustains us. It's the joy that can't be stolen even by our own, it's easy to say, oh, well, it's a joy that's not, stolen by our circumstances, our external circumstances. But I think the joy of the Holy Spirit, the joy of the Lord that's produced in us is a joy that even our own failures can't touch. That it's a joy that even our own sins, and, that verse that talks about nothing can separate us from the love of God. There's the joy that comes from knowing that no matter how much I screw up and how much I fail and how unworthy I feel, that my joy is that it's not about what I do. It's about how I respond to God's free gift of forgiveness and mercy and grace that He continually pours out in my life every day. And it's from that I get strength to go on and try to make right the things I've done wrong and try to do better next time and try to grow and try to know Him and try to do the things that He's asked me to do, not because I'm worthy, absolutely not, but because He's worthy. And I don't do these things, I don't write the books, I don't create the curriculum because I'm worthy. I write the books and I create the curriculum because He's worthy of my obedience. And I have to trust Him in these situations that He will accomplish His purposes and His wills in through my life, and that one day I'll stand before Him and be like Him because I see Him as He is. So that's the joy of the Holy Spirit that fills us to overflowing and overcomes even our own weaknesses and sin.